Well, today I'm really looking forward to our interview with Hande. And what I really want to find out and help you find out is about her journey from a successful business consultancy. And now she's moved to a new country and she's going to start a new business. So it's always exciting to learn about how people, take these new challenges on in their life. So, Hande, tell me a little bit about yourself, where you are, where you come from, and I'm really looking forward to this interview with you today.
Thank you very much for your time, Francois. So I am in London now. So I moved to London 1.5 years ago from Turkey. And before joining WSI, I was running my consulting company for 13 years. So I am founding partner of a consulting company, founding partner of a leading neuromarketing company called Think Neuro, founding partner in Body Performance, people analytics company, investor in an agricultural company, board member in Mutlu Battery, board member in Women on Board in Turkey, and board member of Women Entrepreneurship Association in Turkey. So this is the crowded business part. But apart from those, and more importantly, I am a very proud mom of my twins, Leyla Sır and Ozan Sami, who are 5.5 years old.
Yeah.
And I am a fan of my husband for 13 years.
Well, it sounds like you can be one very busy lady, because that seems like a lot of activity that you got to do, as well as looking after a family. So it's always interesting to see how people put their day together, to get this thing to work. So you've been in business for quite a while, and it sounds like very successful. What made you look at becoming an internet consultant and looking at WSI, that opportunity?
Frankly speaking, Francois, I have experienced being an entrepreneur and its obstacles. And as I said, I was working in a global consulting company. Actually, I was working in my own company for 13 years. And before that, I was working for Arthur Andersen Alexander global consulting company. So I had the chance to distinguish the pros and cons between being a member in a global network and running your own business. And so in WSI, when I met with them, apart from all the experience and genuine people, so their established brand and methodology, training and support programs, and experienced production centers, partnerships with almost all major players, and especially its strategy about invest in client success, which was my strategy for 13 years, convinced me to join and be a member of WSI family, I should say, not a network, and work with and for them. So these were the main reasons.
Well, that's great. It seems like it was a good match. That's what you looked at. And you haven't been there very long. Sort of, what is the value that you feel you're getting from them at this stage early on?
Besides the reason that I told you, I mean, the methodology, the brand, and etc., I guess the biggest value that I get from WSI is the people. Right. So being able to work with like-minded people, targeting the same aim. And so this is the biggest value that I get from WSI, because before that, so I had my partners, but we were not as much as WSI family. Right. I guess I can say that the biggest value is the people that I met.
It's what we all find. It's really amazing how a group of people in a network supports one another, and I think this is the welcome that most people get. Starting a new business, it is quite scary. You can feel lonely, and especially on your own. And I think you're in a new place as well. So it's always good to meet with like-minded people that can help you. So it's really great. With your starting your own business, I know you've been in your business, for a while. What influenced you to actually, do this, or even be in your own business, because you were in corporate before, in a very successful business?
Thank you. So actually, I was convinced to do my own business 13 years ago when I started my first company. And the main influencers for me at that time were my customers, because they told me that I have kind of a different way of doing business that they liked, and they convinced me to do, my own business. So thanks to them, I'm here now.
Yeah, it's great when someone can tell you what your uniqueness is, and then it's funny how you don't have to change the way you are. You just be who you are, and it seems to work really well. So that was great.
And at that time, I was less experienced than them, So
right.
If they say so, then I should trust them. So, so that's why they were more experienced, and they were right.
Right. So now, when you looked at the opportunity in WSI, was there anybody that influenced you in particular that said, this is something you should try, or what sort of information did you get that helped you make that decision?
The first decision, the initial decision to join the WSI was, at the start to think about other opportunities rather than my consulting business, especially in a new country. It was my idea. But after that, Francois, I never forget when I met with how supportive they are, Yasmin, Trinda, Daniel, Mark, in the initial process. And then, so they were so patient, so supportive. I had long questions, you could imagine. And I'm still very impressed, about the culture of WSI and how they built it and how they kept it until now.
Okay.
And after that, I met with my favorite one and only person in WSI, Raj. He was very supportive. And then Raj, Kamran, Luana, Nirmal, you being so generous to all the ICs. So I guess, and not only that, not only the head office people, also in production centers. So I'm working with Vinish in ALM, and I really consider him like a business partner in my company. Mm-hmm. And so all the team, all the people that I met, it was too good to be true at the beginning, but then going forward, so I met with them, and all my positive perception at the beginning came true.
Excellent. So that's you've been with WSI for 5 months, is that correct?
Only 5 months.
5 months, and you built this network so quick, which is very positive. I think it's really good. It obviously shows that you have quite a lot of experience in getting to talk to people. It was really, really great.
Thank you. So I don't think that it's, it is an experience on one hand, as you said, but it's like nature me, and it's not only me. So the people were there, they were so supportive, and so that this is, mutual.
So you're quite busy, being a mother and a businesswoman. Your week has got to be quite hectic. So tell me a little bit about how your day starts and what is it that you do during this time.
Do you really want to hear that?
You've got to scare some people into realizing that when you start a business, it's long hours.
First of all, let me frankly say that I don't believe in work and life balance because I'm very lucky. I really enjoy what I'm doing. And if I'm preparing something for my customers, so it's me time already. So let me say that at first. Then I come to my schedule. So I wake up at 6 a.m. to be able to spend time with my lovely twins. And then I drop them to school at like 8:30, between 8:30 and 4:30. So I'm working very hard, no matter where I am. So I mostly am on client side, or I can work from home. This is the flexibility that we get as WSICs. And after 4:30, I pick them from the school. From 4:30 till 8, usually it's again mom time. And I put my mom hat and I play with them. And after 8, my second shift starts. I work again. So I'm sure that it will not continue like this because I've been in other companies that I told you at the beginning, and I know at the startup phase you need to work hard, but then it gets balanced. But as I said, I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm not looking forward to balance it. So this is pretty much my schedule. So I usually sleep like, unfortunately, 5 to 6. I know that it's not healthy, 5 to 6 hours a day. But I love the time that I spend with kids, the time that I spend for my customers and friends. So I need to have them all. And then you need to sacrifice from something,
I know. I remember. Well, I've been in this for 15 years now, and we used to put these 1 o'clock in the morning sessions a lot, But recently, I've decided I have to try and stop. But you build a team as you go. But it's what you put into it is what helps you, get out of it. So you've been in business for a while. So what do you see as the biggest obstacles that you face, sort of in running your business? Because, you're moving to a new country and everything like that. So just give us a bit of an idea as to your challenges.
Sure. I had different obstacles 13 years ago, Franz. So when I was starting my consulting company, so these were like generic obstacles: building the team, having a loyal team, and creating the methodologies or the unique value proposition, etc. But with WSI and the experience that I gained through the years, I managed to overcome all of them, or most of them, let's say, because so I managed to make almost all failures in my previous life. That's a chance, So I did everything. So I invested a lot, and then, I invested less than required. And, everything, almost all the failures. So that's why I learned from them. And I feel lucky now. And in WSI, my main obstacles are being in a new country, because everything that I built so far in other regions, because my consulting company had offices in Istanbul, Moscow, Dubai, and London, but London was fairly new. And everything that I built until now is kind of not lost, but, there.
Right.
And my main obstacles for now is building my network in London again, and also being a quite good digital marketing consultant for them. So these are the main obstacles.
I think moving to a new country, I've seen it with some, I'm lucky, I've always been here in South Africa, so you build your reputation and you can carry on with it. But like if you go to a new country, you open the door in the morning, you don't know anybody. You've got to network. You've got to really get out there and get people to know you.
Exactly. And let me tell you a funny thing. So when I first arrived, as WSI always suggests, so I said, okay, let's work with a telemarketing company that I never done before.
Yeah.
I was never, I used to not go to the networking events even because I knew most of the people, and I really believe in referral-based grown businesses.
Wow.
In Turkey, my life was that, but in London, I need to do, almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when the telemarketing company sent me the list of the companies, first of all, they said, okay, we're starting to call them. And I said, no, please stop. I need to see the companies, because when you are in a country that you have your customers, you don't want them to be called by an agent, instead of you.
Yes.
Okay, I was, carefully reviewing the list, and I said, no. And I said, oh my God, I don't know enough the companies. That's kind of a, advantage though, because everything is new, but this is, an obstacle.
Right, it is too, but well done on that. So what do you think are the best skills that you bring to your business?
Okay, I really don't like people, complimenting themselves, but that's why I collect always testimonials from my customers. And when somebody asks me, I always tell them, please visit my website, so it's there. But what they say is me being disciplined, determined, hardworking. So these are the general, maybe, skills of almost all the ICs, but also, they say that I'm bringing humor to the meeting rooms.
Yeah, good.
So I work, when I enjoy. And so I think, and more important than those, I really take my customers' problems as my own problem, because I don't think that there is something like you have friends and you have customers.
Yes.
I mean, because with some of my friends, we go out, we enjoy, but I'm not sure about the trust in that balance, you know. But with your customers, this is kind of a different friendship in which you invest in them and they invest in you. And this is kind of a relationship which you should take more personal.
Right.
So that's why I think taking their problems as my personal problems is the main skill that I bring to business.
Yeah. So, I took the opportunity and just looking at your LinkedIn profile to see what people really say about you, because I know sometimes people don't want to talk about themselves. But a couple of points. They say that you're like really quick to understand the points in an organization, and that you got good process and you interact well with the team. So that was one of, and these are coming out of your recommendations, which you didn't put there. You couldn't do that, and you always show a lot of confidence. This is what comes out, your team and your confidence, and you can take on like a challenging KPI for the project. So I think those are things that will stand you really in good stead, going forward, going into any new business. And one person here, you obviously had an impact on him. He says, I cannot imagine a better start to my career, as Hande has been the ultimate role model for me, so, and your customer relationship management is unmatched. So I don't want to like embarrass you or anything like this, but these are things that it's your reputation. And what helps is, like, I know we've been on a LinkedIn workshop together. You've taken this and you're building that online, so it allows other people, to talk about you while you're not in the room, And I think that's the important thing when it comes to, your reputation and online. So you've got it, And I know you don't like talking about it, but I think it just comes out. So well done on that.
Thank you so much. Actually, thank you. And I'm really proud of, what is in there. But so my LinkedIn profile is your effort. So thanks to you. So you helped me a lot at the beginning. Yeah, really, you should be proud of that, because so before joining WSI, for me, the LinkedIn was just a pool of CVs or something like that. But after joining your clinic, I really learned how to get benefit from that network and how to contribute to that network.
Right.
So that's why thank you for being able to build that profile and make all those connections.
Look, it's one of the most important things when you start something new, is that you need to draw on the past as well, So and it actually allows that. So you've got a lot of goals. Like, what are you looking forward to doing in the next year? Like this next year. I mean, it's your first year, really. So, what are you thinking of? I know you just got to get through it, but there must be things that you're interested in.
Okay, for next year, so I need to strengthen my network. As I told you, my network and my trusted digital marketing consultant profile. Business-wise, these are the main targets of mine. And socially, joining WSI let me sacrifice from my daily routine to hit gym. So it's not WSI, it's me, but I need to restart again and see more friends and travel more. So, but I think with WSI, I will have the chance to travel and do business and also, see friends and meet with new people. So these are kind of contributing to each other. But business-wise, my target for next year is to strengthen my network and my knowledge, let's say, in this area.
Yeah, you mentioned, the travel, and you also mentioned like work-life balance, earlier on. And the things that I look at, like travel is what I enjoy most. I mean, I've been very fortunate.
You're traveling a lot.
I've traveled for at least the last 9 years, and I would travel all over the world, lucky with WSI as well. And but the thing is, we can't switch off for a period of time. It's very difficult. So we always are connected. But the nice thing is you can be connected from anywhere. So once you can use technology like we're using now, and we can have a meeting online, when you work with your clients and you show them this, it's amazing. I work out of my caravan. I work from, I go rent a place at the beach for a month, and my wife and I, we work, and people say, but you're working. But I said, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I can do it from anywhere, So I think being a digital marketing consultant and taking advantage of the technology can be really rewarding, I think, for you in your life. And as you say, it doesn't feel like a job anymore. It feels like, part of the fun.
Exactly, I agree. And I remember your caravans in our clinic, and I was jealous of that. So I am also thinking about having one. But as you said, our office is here. And wherever you go, and here on the laptop, wherever you go, so you just take them with you. And the good thing is our clients and the relationship that we build with them, that trusted advisor relationship that almost all ICs have built until now. So they also enable us not to be physically present there. So, and we do a digital, service. So, yes. And that allows us even to be more creative and more efficient for our customers.
Absolutely. So you've looked at the next year. What about in 5 years' time? Because you are so busy now. What do you think is going to happen to you?
Okay. In 5 years, there are two things that will certainly happen. More wrinkles hidden and more white hair, for sure. For sure. But apart from that, so maybe if it will be an interview, Francois, it may not sound, proper. But I really enjoy what I'm doing now. And I really enjoy how I'm doing now. Yeah. So that's why my aim is to keep it as long as it goes. Right. So I want to be in this business. I want to have a life like this. And I want to contribute to the other people's lives, meaning the customers, because I never consider it like selling projects or, selling these solutions. It's like you're contributing in their life and they're contributing to yours. So I really enjoy being a consultant, and I think in 5 years' time I will be older, maybe hopefully wiser, but so I'll be doing what I'm doing now.
And more likely, because this happened to me as well, you will grow your team because if you are busy putting in long hours, the results do come. And you end up, can building a business out of it, So I think that's what I've seen. We've built it from, it's father and daughter team. That's how I started, to the wife joining. And now we're sitting with 16 to 20 people, in the business over a period of 15 years. So I can start switching off the 1 o'clock in the mornings now and say, no, I need a team to help me as well, So I think that's where you'll see it going. Or it depends too, if you are going to be selective and just run really well with 10 to 15 clients, and be their partners. So there's always that opportunity, from a business perspective.
Mm-hmm. I know your stories. Actually, I watched almost all the, recordings that you made, all the interviews that you make, and it was really inspiring for me how you set up in that house. I guess in this room, right?
Yeah.
It was that room. Yeah, and how you grow and how you build your, office and then go to home office again. So I know your story, and it's really inspiring.
Yeah, it's interesting the changes that you can do.
Yeah. Exactly. You're so flexible. And in my case, so when it comes to having a team, so I have a team now, and for sure it will grow going forward. But I don't think that we will be like 20 to 25 people, because in WSI we have excellent production centers, and I think as Hande, so I am good in building the relationships, understanding the need. But in digital, when it comes to delivering the solution, So either I will have the team who are experts in SEO and paid search or all the services that we provide. Then I need to functionally and administratively manage them.
Yeah.
Then which will require more time of mine than more time of my selling time to the team time. And I've been there, so I did it in control, and I know how it goes because it's not like I'm unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, very detail-oriented person. And when it comes to delivery, I'm into all details.
Right.
And I don't want to have that experience again. And it's not about me don't wanting it, but also it will require more time to boost, the company,
yes.
Rather than being on the, as kind of a consultant and having an excellent team for delivery. And I think as ICs, we have the chance to have the production centers who are very experienced.
Right.
And that's why I think going forward, I will have like project managers in my team, but not the functional experts.
No, you're right. And I think maybe what I missed out in saying, wow, my team is so big, is that we are a production center as well. That's what's happened,
Yeah,
I have my clients
exactly.
in South Africa, a fair amount, but then just having the opportunity to work with international consultants worldwide, it's the opportunity, I think, from our country in South Africa to be able to do that. So, as a new consultant, what advice would you give somebody who is like considering coming in? And look, it's very early for you even to maybe give it completely, but you have a good feeling, I'm sure.
As you said, it's very early, so I'm just 5 months old in WSI, but considering also my previous experience, what I can say is stick to the system. Stay engaged with the people because there are many, experienced and genuine people in the network. Don't sell projects and build relationships instead. So this is one of the key things for me. Never sell something that you wouldn't buy.
Yeah.
Never give up. Never ever give up.
I got to say, when I saw this, never sell something that you wouldn't buy. I think that's really, really, really key in this industry because, sometimes we chase things that are not necessarily the right things, So you're going to offer so many different opportunities and tactics from digital marketing, but not all of them are the right one, So I think having a good view of a company's business and understanding it, then you can be trusted, to give them the right advice. I like that, I think we must show all the new consultants that, don't sell something you're not going to buy, then we'll know for sure.
And I guess as ICs, this is also kind of a market differentiator for us, Francois, because there are many other consulting companies or agencies in which the people there are working professionally.
Right.
All of them, but we as ICs, we have that entrepreneurship mindset naturally. And that's why, so some of my customers were telling me that you always think sometimes even too much, on behalf of us. So that never says something you wouldn't buy, I think is in me. And I strongly agree with you. So this should be the case for us. And this should be also kind of a market differentiator for all the ICs, because we need to tell them that we know how it feels like to sit, on that chair. Right. And we know how painful it could be, to invest in some business and not to take the results from it. So that's why I really believe in it.
That's excellent. So what would your personal motto be that you wake up every morning with and think about?
Okay. Yeah, tell me. You're always asking, what is your personal motto?
My personal one is, I don't accept second best.
Okay.
I just look at this and I say, what, can I do this better? Can my team do it better? Don't just do it because you can. Do it at the best you can. So mine is, don't accept second best.
Thank you very much. See, I learned another thing today from you.
Yeah.
And mine is, so I'm not stick to that, but so when you ask me, it's like be positive, keep smiling, and never ever give up. So it's for personal and for my business. So it's like I never give up.
Right.
And sometimes it's too much.
Now, there's nothing wrong with not giving up. I think it's always good to give it. It's giving it your best. Never giving up means you're giving it your best. You're not just going to walk away from it. So I think in the end, all our mottos are very similar when it comes down to what it is we're trying to achieve. We might just use different words. So we're nearing the end of this interview, and it's been really interesting. And so I always like to say that if we went to happy hour, what would you order?
Okay, now you're talking, Francois. Okay, to happy hour, what would I get?
Happy hour. I would normally order a Jack Daniel sometimes or a glass of wine, but what would you do?
Okay, then if it's Friday or Saturday, I'll join you with my whiskey sour. If it's Monday or Tuesday, I'll have dirty martini. In all the other days, I'll just have something that I've never tried and that is suggested to me.
Yeah. Well,
again, it's complicated. See?
But you just told me how busy your day was, and now you're talking about a happy hour every day of the week. You would never do it.
No, I'm giving you options. So if you take off Friday or Saturday, you will have a whiskey sour, Hande. Monday or Tuesday, it's dirty martini, and all the other days you can even suggest. So
That's
see,
right.
there are options.
That's very funny. So our last question before we close off, because it was really, really great, and I know we are all pressured for time. If you could be anywhere other than talking to me right now, where do you want to be?
Okay. First of all, I really enjoy talking to you. I think I'll be with my mom and lying on her knees. So wherever she is, the place is not important.
Right.
Sorry for getting emotional, but I really miss her. And so if I wasn't be talking to you, so I wanted to be there with her.
Well, that's great. I mean, you've got it. There's always a place that we feel safe and, somewhere where we want to be. And I think, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And it's quite close and personal, but it's always good. What we're trying to do is get people to know us. We're just normal people all over the world. And
exactly. And we are tired and we got our mouths.
And so we all have a lot of fun. So, Hande, thank you so much, for sharing your story with us today. I'm sure many other people out there, never mind, being women or men, will learn from, the hard hours that we have to put in, and also what you have to do. I think, yours is interesting, like moving to a new country, a new city like London, a big place, and establishing yourself. It's challenging, and but you're taking it straight there, and I'm sure you're going to do really well. So I really appreciate you sharing your time, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much, Franz. It's been a real privilege for me to have that interview with you, because you are one of the best, ICs in the network, I know. Thank you very much for your time, and I really appreciate your time, and, it's been great, a delightful time for me to share all my, not experience, so it's very limited compared to yours, but thoughts with you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to publishing this soon, and everybody, I think they'll enjoy this interview. So thanks a lot, Hande, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.